Yes.
Sutter,
Present.
Holder, present.
Quorum. For the minutes of the previous meeting, you should have those in your little packet. Does anyone have any additions or corrections to the minutes at this time?
I move that we approve them.
Do we have a second?
Second,
Roll call.
Bixler,
Yes.
Sutter,
Yes.
Holder.
The next item on the agenda is the finance report. I yield the floor to Mr. Holder.
So the finance report reveals that we have assets totaling $4,889,179.84. The good news is the liabilities are exactly the same. The equity position $4,889,179.84.
I don't know about you, Ed, but I haven't seen many my personal balance sheets don't look like this. There's always a liability line. But, well, you probably don't experience that either, though, Ed. So I guess I'm the only one that's not used to looking at one like this.
Profit and loss from July to August 16th shows a loss of $18,199.24. The elephant in the room is that we have not received rock transfers for going on 2 years from Martin Marietta. The only income that we're getting right currently outside of any extraordinary income that comes from people using the park occasionally is Martin Marietta's rent.
And the other
Yes,
venture.
venture. And so, it certainly is worth noticing that what is keeping us afloat at this point in time is the TIF district money and those rental monies. By the same token, our expenses are very low.
Yes.
We do a little track maintenance here and there, we pay our insurance, and that's really all the expense outlay that we have. The county commissioners have helped us with maintenance and road work and hauling dirt and gravel and helping us with locations. And there's a big commitment there.
What was our TIF money last year?
100 and, what was it? 100 and,
Isn't that what it's going to be this year?
100, around 110, wasn't it,
Okay.
Tom?
I thought it was a little less than that.
106, maybe. Maybe it was 106,000.
Okay.
So what I'm used to seeing is that Bank Central, we have a minus 12,395. Is that an overdraft or what is that?
No, it is not. That the line that there's probably a transfer that's in the works, but that total checking and savings 398,902.57.
Yeah, that's how much.
That's how much is in all of the accounts.
Mm-hmm.
Those other funds are funds that we set up internally within our QuickBooks file just to pro rata out the income. No point behind us have we overdrawn the account.
Okay. Any further questions for Todd? Hearing none, I'll accept the motion to approve the finance report.
Also move and thank our treasurer for continuing to do an excellent job.
I will second both of those comments.
Roll call.
Yes.
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 Okay.
I'll accept the second.
As far as any discussion, I do not know of any right now concerning possible action regarding infrastructure expansion. And does any other member have anything regarding that? It's different. Hearing none. Well, there we have the top grant update. Excuse me. So Jeremy, why don't you give us a brief update on how that's progressed? You've got some new information for us.
Yeah, so previous time it was discussed, there was, you're at the stage, you've been granted or given the top grant. The Department of Commerce had approved the contract situation, which was something that was being held up, and you were to choose between 3 consultants. It was decided that to go with Emblem's suggestion, and that was with Insight Consulting. This is what their proposal is for anybody who wants to see it. It was signed by Stan Bixler last Friday, was it? And was sent on to Insight. Insight now is going to have a Zoom meeting with us, just us being anybody, I'm guessing really, any of you who wants to join on the 24th of August. I think, I just got it right before I came in here, the invite, I believe it was like at a 1 o'clock meeting, if I recall. But that's going to be the next stages of what they do. So that top grant is consultant work that really just reviewing the park itself to see where improvements can be made. And I think they will also, and Josh, tell me your thoughts, but I believe they will work with Emblem and kind of maybe do a little bit different review than what Emblem themselves has done. And I think that should work out pretty well to get some additional information. The one thing that I can add on to that is it's just to our understanding, being awarded the top grant itself, it gives more, opens the door more for opportunities of possible grants that come in the future. So for infrastructure or for any improvements to the rail park. So Josh, it's that's your understanding as well, correct? That you will probably work hand in hand with Emblem, or not Emblem, but Insight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't anticipate actually us being real active in what they're going to produce, but I mean, we'll certainly we'll stay in communication with them and kind of, help them fill in some gaps or whatever, and just mostly I just want to stay in communication with them to make sure that what they're doing is kind of on the same page with what we're doing for y'all and what we've kind of been discussing, so that we can use this as a tool that's valuable moving forward and not just some other report that's out there. So yeah, so they'll still, I mean, obviously they'll do the bulk of the work on that thing, but we'll coordinate with them just to kind of make sure it's a consistent message and whatever. So we want it to be useful, something useful for y'all that we can also use in the grant process and future projects y'all may take on and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So what is this meeting on August the 24th? What's going to take place there?
It's my understanding that Insight is really just going to go over the next steps in the process, kind of a timeline of when to expect. I believe they do an on-site visit, and they are housed out of South Carolina. So of the 3 to choose from, both 2 of them were South Carolina, 1 was in Texas. And so that will obviously take a little bit of time. I think also, from what I read, that we need to have their work done by the end of the year. So the steps will probably move a lot quicker than those who were awarded and got started back in April through the Department of Commerce. So I also believe that, I don't know if they are taking on any others that have been awarded in Oklahoma, They're probably near the end of what they've been doing, so we're probably gonna get their full attention throughout the next part. But the next step is them to get with us on this Zoom meeting and really go over the process of what's coming next. Probably the next part after the 24th Zoom meeting will be then determining what day they come to do an actual in-person visit.
Okay. Appreciate you taking care of that for us, helping us guide us, with advice and wisdom from your years at Commerce. He's done a great job in giving me some vision of how things work down there, and I appreciate it. So, with that being said, we'll turn the program back to you, Jeremy. And this is your opportunity to share with this particular board some of the things that might be going on within the county that you're involved in.
Okay, well, lately what I've been doing a lot of is visiting businesses in Winoka and Freedom. I actually, after this meeting, gonna visit with a business in Alva, and I'm giving them some business consultations, what I've done in the past when I was at the Department of Commerce with the Main Street program, and getting them a lot of data and statistics that normally they'd have to pay for, but I'm able to get for free. And we're just kind of reviewing that sort of stuff. So initially, the one I'm visiting here at 2 o'clock, we're just going to kind of get a general idea of what their needs are, if it's business plan help. But for other places, I've been reviewing statistics to doing menu designs. So that's kind of where I've been focusing the last, I guess about the last month. We're also working on a donor dinner that will be taking place October 11th. All of you will have an invite to that. It's kind of a little bit more about what Woods County Economic Development does, what we look to do in the future, and how they can take advantage of our services. So that's what we plan for that October 11th dinner. And other things is just some of the businesses or people who are here. The business retention is very important to me. So that's something I visited with a couple of the larger ones. Cargill, I went and visited with them, got to meet their new, plant manager, and that seemed to go well. However, there was some interest possibly with them and doing additional business somewhere, but we haven't heard much more on that. But any information that I get from the bigger businesses that would possibly help or give opportunity for Avard, I will pass that on. Usually I pass that on to Stan, and anybody who wants that, you pass it on from there.
So who will you be visiting with at 2 o'clock?
The massage therapy.
Sanctuary.
Yes,
Oh, I want to go
Sanctuary.
there.
Amy Erickson.
Amy Erickson is, it's Amy Erickson, and it'll be Sanctuary, and kind of do a quick review, and then probably a longer review next week. Just see where she's at and where we can help and improve. I've already sent her some information on some things, but I've also been helping with the Winoka Historic Society in regards of the Harvey House and the museum and the Trinity Depot there, as well as I've created some material for them for their gala that they're having, their big event. So if you are free that Saturday,
September the 3rd,
yes, where Labor Day is
$100.
$100 is
Dress
correct.
up in the 1920s ad.
1920s.
And
I wouldn't want them.
I might throw out that Todd is part owner in a little bistro downtown. You might go in there and check his menu sometime, see how it looks. You might need help.
I'm always, anybody who
The
comes to
best
me,
bacon sandwich.
my philosophy is I can
Love it.
always give tips and pointers. You can take them or leave them, that's up to you. But I just know from my years of doing it that I pick up the tips and,
Let's concentrate on rail business.
but that is what
Just
the
a
Woods County
suggestion.
Executive Development
That's right.
Director has to report.
Good. Thank you very much. We appreciate all your efforts. Love the fact you're going to Freedom, Winoka, and helping those people out there. And I know they appreciate your help very much. So, moving on to item 8 is a motion to enter into executive session. Do I hear a motion to enter into executive session?
I know of no reason to enter into executive session.
There's a couple items we probably ought to discuss in executive session.
And what are those items?
In regards to the rail park expansion, future business,
Future business coming?
potentially.
I move we enter executive session.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Thanks.
Yes.
Senator